Welcome all, вітаю всіх, and this is my new video in my course of Ukrainian language, and in this video I will explain you some verbs of special changes in their first conjugation. In previous lesson I told you what it is, what it means, and the verbs that belong to the first conjugation, but this topic is very complex. That's why I decided to make several videos on this topic, and in this video I will explain some exceptions for the verbs, and let's discuss it. Lesson 8. First conjugation. Verbs of special changes. Урок 8. Перша дієвідміна. Дієслова з особливою формою відмінювання. So, as we remember, the endings that the verbs get for different pronouns are described here. This is just for recalling, and I divided all the verbs, like exception for the verbs, in several groups. The first group is the verbs that where the last letter of the base changes to another letter. Okay, there is no special rule, you just have to memorize such verbs, and the verbs that are shown here not the only ones, there are more of them. That's why you must just read more and memorize such exceptions. It's not difficult, you just have to memorize their special form. Okay, so such verbs like писати, to write, могти, to be able, and хотіти, to want. As we can see, their endings ти, as we remember from the previous lesson, we drop it and only the base of the verb remains. But here, for the verb писати, we also drop the letter A and the letter S changes to sh. So we have я пишу, ти пишеш, він, вона, воно пише, ми пишемо, ви пишете, вони пишуть. The verb могти, ти we throw away and the letter х changes to the ж. Я можу, ти можеш, він, вона, воно може, ми можемо, ви можете, вони можуть. Хотіти. We drop ти and also і, and the letter т changes into ч. Я хочу, ти хочеш, він, вона, воно хоче, ми хочемо, ви хочете, вони хочуть. As you can see, here's nothing difficult. You just must remember some special verbs, and when you, as I recommended you in previous video, when you learn new verbs in Ukrainian language, you should also learn not only their infinitive form, but also maybe their form, for example, for the pronoun вони пишуть, вони можуть, вони хочуть, because it's like very specific for the conjugation for the pronoun вони, because they different in first and the second conjugation, and that's why it will be easier for you to conjugate, yes, the verb for any other pronoun. Let's proceed to the second group. Verbs with the endings вати. As we remember, such verbs usually we drop вати at all, but in some exceptions we consider that the ending of the word is not вати, it's only ти. So we leave va in the base of the word. And just remember the rule that a is a vowel. That's why we put not u, but u. And change the word for different pronoun. Я забуваю, I forget. Ти забуваєш, він забуває, ми забуваємо, ви забуваєте, вони забувають. To extract, здобувати. We throw away. Ти, only здобува, remains, and the proper endings. Я здобуваю, ти здобуваєш, вона здобуває, ми здобуваємо, ви здобуваєте, вони здобувають. Співати. Я співаю, ти співаєш, воно співає, ми співаємо, ви співаєте, вони співають. I think this group is even much easier than the first. You just have to memorize such words like the exceptions. And the third group is, well, it's the hardest group because it has totally different from the infinitive. It's just changes very much, and it can drop a lot of letters from the word, or on the contrary, to add some additional letters in the word. Like, for example, the verb пити, which means to drink. Я п'ю. Yes, as you can see, we dropped ти and и, so only p remains, but this is like a very specific word where we put also an apostrophe and put the not u but you. It's not poo, it's pew. You just have to memorize this because there is no special rule for this. Ти п'єш, він п'є, ми п'ємо, ви п'єте, вони п'ють. Then, бити, to beat. Я б'ю, ти б'єш, вона б'є, ми б'ємо, ви б'єте, вони б'ють. And брати. So we drop only ти, bra has left, but we put between b and r the letter e. And we have я беру, ти береш, він бере, вона бере, воно бере, ми беремо, ви берете, вони беруть. Okay, there are also some other words which can also belong to such an exception, these exceptions. But it's such a big and complex topic that I cannot put in one presentation and one video all of them. That's why it's up to you to read about it more, to learn these words, to write them down, to practice. So I wish you good luck, and now I will give you some of such words, and they which have special forms, and they are their form for вони, like жити, вони живуть, to live. As you can see, t not here's no t because t is dropped, but we add also v. Іти or йти. Вони ідуть. To go. Їхати. Вони їдуть. To go, to drive. Казати, to say. Вони кажуть. Розвивати. Вони розвивають. They develop. вбивати, вони вбивають. To kill. Yes, this is a very sad word, but we must remember that nowadays a lot of Ukrainians are killed. Їх вбивають. So please support Ukraine, learn Ukrainian language, and stay strong. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye and see you soon in next videos.